Hello everyone, I'm Darren, a Hyrox athlete and coach. I've competed in multiple Hyrox locally and overseas across different categories, including racing at the recent World Championships in Nice, France. This channel is dedicated to Hyrox racing, providing you tips and tricks and what I learned when I coach individuals. In today's episode, I will share how I train for my runs, which has helped me shave nearly 5 minutes from my men's open race back in 2023 and almost 8 minutes for my doubles pro in France. These are practical tips that you can incorporate into your training routine. Let's start with the off-season. I work on strengthening my legs through concentric and eccentric movement, performing more stretches or loading my joints at different angles so they are primed and ready for the runs. Some exercises I like include curtsy lunges, split squats, deadlifts, and squats, be it front loading or back loading. I also strengthen my hip flexor by loading and stretching it during movements through cable knee drives or lunges. Also, during the off-season, I tend to incorporate more long runs, typically conversational pace kind, with the majority of my heart rate staying in zone 2 efforts, and once in a while going into zone 3, but that's perfectly fine. Then comes training season. I will always start the training block with a 5 km time trial. The completion time lets me know where I am physically and have a rough idea on how to train specifically. I will use the time trial to determine my potential race pace and work on decreasing those times. If 5 km is too much for you for a start, you can always try 3 km instead. With the time in my head, I will include interval running in my program at least once a week. Interval running is a short, hard effort run from 1.5 minutes to 4 minutes depending on my training phase. The goal for each individual interval run is very specific and it's to hit the pace every single time. It is okay to start with a lesser set and progress accordingly. And one interval I like to do while preparing for Hyrox is going for sets of 500 meters at race minus up to 10 seconds pace and keep grinding. The rest ratio can be up to 2 times of work time depending on how your body responds, and some trial and error is good, and to start with I suggest shorter work duration with a longer rest. Example, 1 to 1.5 minutes of hard run followed by 2 to 3 minutes of walk jog recovery. Some movement will be good. Don't avoid standing around for too much, as the movement will help you flush, lactate and bring blood flow to the muscles. Secondly, I will also include easy runs to clock more mileage and get the legs used to those pounding, building muscles around the joints and increasing blood flow to the running muscles. And importantly, for my mental sanity, I feel uneasy when I don't get to move or work out. And easy runs are great because I still get to move and yet it doesn't tax my body as much. Thirdly, I will still include long runs. I like to use time as a measurement for both easy runs as well as long runs, because rather than setting a certain target or distance to complete, mentally allows me to slow down and stick to the desired pace rather than trying to complete the distance as fast as possible, which will significantly jeopardize the training effect. Long runs can go up to 2 hours, but I strongly advise everyone to do it gradually. A 10% weekly increase to the total weekly mileage is good enough. Fourth, my usual training block for races is about 8 to 10 weeks, and during the second half or closer to the race, I will include more compromised running. If I am short on time for the week, I will usually remove long runs and replace with compromised run instead. Hyrox is a race that includes a 1 km run after an intense station. Therefore, it is paramount to learn how your legs respond after each exercise. During compromised run training, I like to include exercises that pre-fatigue my legs and lead straight into the run. One combination I love to train is to run followed by sled push, then run again, or run, then weighted lunges and run. It never fails to surprise me how much lactate it can build up, and ever so often I have to take a short walk, a jog to get my legs back before returning to race pace on the run. An example of one of my workouts include 4 sets of 500 meters run followed straight into a 25 meter sled push, then followed by a 500 meter run with a 1 minute rest interval. Last but not least, after each run, please remember to refuel, hydrate and stretch. With a good recovery plan, you can bounce back faster and continue training the next day. That's all I have for you today. If you find what I shared helpful, please help me like, share and subscribe to my channel. Till next time, cheers.